I didn't either. You're all right. You're all right. I just gotta hit the mute button sooner. All right, welcome back. Apologies, we had to restart the stream because Facebook blocked the video with good old Whitney Houston. So here we are restarting, and no big deal. 3 up, 3 down for West Melbourne there in the top of the for Northside. As it'll be Cortland Binford, Brendan Harmon, and Mikey Fouché for West Melbourne. We'll take you around the infield and the outfield. Coming up here in just a second, first pitch offering from Jacoby Blackwater is a strike. It'll be Jabari Mons, Rupert Blackwood, Talib Finizek from left to right, Charles Singletary, Sebastian Dimitri, Oliver Bell, and Micah Smith from third to first. Strike 2, Blackwater on the mound, Henry Plain behind the plate. So I apologize again. We just had to restart the stream because the last one is blocked. The pitch. And that's 3 pitches and strikeout number 1 as Brendan Harmon steps in. This is where it's at this point of the tournament where pitching it gets tough. This is where pitching wins sectionals, states, and obviously the understatement of the world is the team with the better pitching is the team that advances further. As Harmon steps in, the catcher, first pitch, and that's a Butte Clark, and it's 0-1. So just as his counterpart did, he starts with 4 straight strikes, Blackwater. High and outside, 1-1. So again, I apologize, but we had to restart, but it happens. Space Coast Advanced Health, our sponsor today. The 1-1 is inside for 2-1. The on-deck hitter is Mikey Fouché. We're 3-1. So if you're watching and you could give me a mic check and let me know everything sounds all right, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. The 3-1. Ball 4 and a 1-out walk to Harmon, and I'll bring up, is it Foucher or Fouché? Foucher, Mikey Foucher. My bad. So Mikey Foucher steps in. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you. I'll tell you what, right after the inning ends, I'll hit mute real quick and then kick the music. Yep. One and 0 pitch. That's ball high. And Jacoby Blackwater, not a fan of the call, but it ain't going anywhere. 2-0. Runner at first is Brendan Harmon. West Melbourne trying to get started early here. And that pitch is fouled straight back to the screen, and the count is 2-1. 3-1. So after 4 straight strikes to start the game, Blackwater has now gone 3-1 to each of the last 2 hitters, with Jacob Martins on deck. The pitch. That'll catch the outside corner, and the count is full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom 1. And off and running. There's a shot back up the middle. Shortstop flips to second, but won't happen. That was a great play by defensively, a great hit, too. Unable to make the play. That'll be an infield single by Foucher. And runners at first and second with Jacoby Martins up. Sebastian Dimitri tried to, it looked good. Second baseman just could not hold on to it. So Martins steps in. The power hitting third baseman. With runners at first and second, and West Melbourne with an opportunity here to do damage early. Oh, that's a beaut. 0-1. I only do that for the home team. Yeah. 0-1. That gets away from the catcher and down the second and third on. The wild pitch goes Harmon to third, Foucher to second. Now Martins with first base open stares at a 1-1 count here. No score. Top one. Bottom one. Already 16 pitches in the inning for Jacoby Blackwater. High heat makes it 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. She still don't see it. Okay. Sometimes it's better not to know you're about to get hit. A foul ball. 3:15 down the left and right field line. 3:40 in the alleys. 4:05 to straightaway center. And that pitch that's a good battle right here between Blackwater and Martins. The count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. John Tung, the manager, Butch Binford, and Dave Shower, the coaches. Bottom of the first. No score here. Signal not strong enough for the app that allows us to run the scoreboard. The pitch, and that's a shot to the second baseman, but it'll get over his head. 2 runs will score on an RBI single by Jacob Martins. And West Melbourne takes an early 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Nice. That's just good hitting by Martins, who didn't try to pull that. He, right-handed hitter, took that pitch the other way and dropped the line drive over Oliver Bell's head for an RBI single, bringing up Kieran Cummings. So 1 on, 1 out, 2 in as Cummings steps in. That'll be high for a ball. Oh, nice pitch inside. Cummings swings over the top. 1-1. A.J. Francisco on deck. West Melbourne wins this game. We'll be back at 3 o'clock for the championship game. That's the beauty of this tournament today. One day, and we're done. Where do you go from here? State? Whoa. That's a good play by Henry Plain there to snag that one. And the count is 2-1. So things began well for Jacoby Blackwater. He struck out Cortland Binford on 4 pitches. And now with just 1 out here, 2 in. That's high, too. That's 3-1. Timeout, says Henry Plain. And he's going to go out and try to calm down Jacoby Blackwater. Once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, 401 North Wickham Road, Suite U, 3214-252519, spacecoastadvancedhealth.com. Blackwood, the pitcher? And the coach. Okay. All right. Center fielder Jacoby Blackwood's pitching. Okay. All right. I think we're all straight now. So we got Blackwood, Jacoby Blackwood. My apologies to the Blackwood family. So Jacoby and Rupert Blackwood. Rupert in center, Jacoby on the bump, and I would imagine head coach. Head coach is who? Rupert Senior. Rupert Senior. Okay. All right. Here we go. 3-1. Ball 4. So first and second, just one out now. It's the second free pass of the inning issued by Blackwood. And that'll bring up A.J. Francisco, the first baseman. Oh, we're going to get a pitching change already. I like it. I mean, you can't waste any time in these tournaments, and Coach Blackwood is not doing it. As Jacoby will come out. So that'd be, I think, Oliver Bell. So that's Oliver Bell now, I believe. So Oliver Bell takes over, and we'll step aside here. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, 3 more warm-up tosses coming for Oliver Bell. Jacoby Blackwood, 25 pitches. He threw 25 pitches, so let's set the table for you. First and second, Kieran Cummings at first, Jacob Martins at second, and Martins with an RBI single that scored both Harmon and Foucher, and West Melbourne leads this thing 2-0 as A.J. Francisco gets set to step in here. I want to say hello to everyone watching, and Kelvin Jaquez, Takia, Miss Johnson, Mr. Winston, Mr. Gonzalez, Big Mike Moffitt, Chris Dufert. All watching here this morning on Brevard Sports Network. The winner to advance to the States. The Senior League. Brevard County last had a Senior League World Series champion back in 2012 when Rockledge went up to Michigan and won the World Series title. Outside, ball 1 from Bell. 1-0. Jaden Runkle on deck. Popped up. Not sure where that went, but it'll even the count up at a ball and a strike. Jimmy Francisco says, let's go, AJ. So 1-1 now with 2 outs here. And hit the runner on the attempt back at second. And he's okay. Yeah, he's good. Greg Carrot in the home plate umpire, Oster, Phillips, and Person. The 3 umpires in the field. This is the sectional play for. Oh, there's a shot in the left field. And around third and holding up is Martins, but the bases are loaded. Good piece of hitting from A.J. Francisco. And he rocked that one. So bases juiced and still just 1 out for Jaden Runkle here. I know that's got to make Jimmy happy. Good first pitch, good first swing from Runkle, and it's 0-1 from Bell. The 7th batter to the plate for West Melbourne here. Bases loaded. They got to cash in here. Good pitch again on the off speed. That one drops, and it's 0-2. Let's see what Bell does. Oh, what a pitch. Strike 3. 3 good off-speed pitches gets Runkle. And with 2 outs, Colby Jones steps in, the second baseman. So the guys on the bases will be running on contact as Colby Jones steps in. This would be huge for Northside if they could only get out of this giving up 2. Oh, that's right on the corner, strike 1. So Bell comes in, and after giving up a single to Francisco, has now thrown 4 straight strikes. 0-1 to Jones. That'll miss. 1-1. The 1-1. 2-1. Say good morning to Miss Monique Turner, watching here on Brevard Sports Network. There's a shot, second baseman up, and he got to hurry over to first, and he does for the third and final. That was good. That was a hard hit ball, but whoever the new second baseman is just fielded it well and gets the third and final out. However, West Melbourne does score 2 in the inning. They strand 4. We go to the top of the second, 2-0, West Melbourne. All right, welcome back to the top of the second inning, and Micah Smith, the first baseman, steps in, and I tell you what, Mike is a big young man here, and the bat looks extremely small in his hands. As Binford's first pitch to Micah is a ground ball to the third baseman. This is Martins up and over to first. Got him. One pitch, one out. 4 outs so far on 9 pitches. You'll take that all day long as a coach. And that'll bring up Rupert Blackwood, the center fielder. And Binford's first pitch to him is fouled off and back to the screen. 2-0 West Melbourne on top here, top of the second inning. And if you pop in and out of the game, all you have to do is look in the comment section for the score. We update it after every half inning. And that ball will be low. 1-1. Shot to right field. Cummings drifting. That's going to drop in fair. Around first and on his way to second is Blackwood. And Blackwood is in with Northside's first hit of the game. It is a stand-up double. That ball just kept drifting on Kieran Cummings. Playable, but just kept drifting. And it falls in fair territory. And with 1 out, Charles Singletary will step in with an opportunity here to drive in Northside's first run of the game. Inside, good stop by Harmon, 1-0. So if you're just joining us, the way this works today is a one-day sectional tournament. If West Melbourne wins, they'll play at 3. If they lose, they play Boca Raton. Shot under the third baseman's glove. That was a hard hit ball, and it is going to be an infield single. And down to second base goes Singletary on hustle. So, Fort Pierce Northside starting to swing the bats a little bit, and they're getting that production from the middle to the bottom of the order. Sebastian Dimitri steps in, I believe, is how you say his last name. And he's a left-handed shortstop. So 2 on and 1 out here. In the top of the second, Binford low outside, 1-0. You don't advance the, district tournaments are a little different. You look, you got a couple teams in district tournaments. You could be, when you get to this point, everybody can play some ball. Everybody can play some ball. Taffy Ataki says, let's go. Let us know if you're watching from Fort Pierce. We'll give you a shout-out as well. We may be Brevard Sports Network, and we may always pull for the Brevard teams, but we are certainly more than respectful for those that and those teams that come from out of area. In fact, we work with the Fort Pierce Bengals down there. My man, Big John, Big Meach. So let us know where you're watching from. 2-1 to Dimitri. Oliver Bell is on deck. The pitch, high and outside, 3-1. A lot of similarities here with the second inning here for Northside and Melbourne. And Melbourne's first, I should say. Low and outside, ball 4, so the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Oliver Bell steps in, and the new Fort Pierce pitcher, Ozark, Alabama, watching as Oliver Bell steps in, and he's got a chance, as they say, to help his cause. He swings over the top of that for strike one. Binford could use a strikeout here, and Northside could use a hit. We'll see what wins. 0-1. Fouled off, and Binford quickly with Bell in an 0-2 hole. There you go. Fort Pierce, let's go. Fia. 0-2 to Oliver. Plate umpire Kerrigan says, let's go. High, ball 1-2. Good waste pitch upstairs. Bell takes. Rupert Blackwood at third. Charles Singletary at second. Sebastian Dimitri at first. Oliver Bell at the dish. Binford's pitch just misses and trickles away from Harmon, but he quickly retrieves it to keep Rupert Blackwood at third. Kathy Marvel watching from Buffalo, New York. Well, welcome. 2-2. Oh, what a beaut. Right down Palm Bay Road, strike three. And 2 outs. 2 outs now. What was the road you wanted? All right, I got you. Llbaseball steps in, the right fielder, the number 9 hitter. Wearing my favorite baseball number, 44. I grew up a huge Reggie Jackson fan. Just misses low, ball 1. So just as Bell did in the last half inning with bases loaded, pitching out of a jam. Let's see if Binford can do it here. Popped up and out of play, and the count will be a ball and a strike. Ooh. Off the hood. There's a shot up the middle. Clutch 2-out base hit. 1 run will score. Ball is bobbing on center. 2 runs will score. And on his way to third goes Dimitri. And in a blink of an eye, we're tied at 2 on a base hit, 2-out base hit by Llbaseball. That's a good piece of hitting by the middle to the bottom of the good hitting by the middle to the bottom of the order. Back to the top of the order we go in Jabari Mons. First and third. So let's see if Tyler tries to steal here and what Melbourne does. West Melbourne, I should say. Binford bounces, gets away. And nice job by Harmon to scoot on that one to keep Dimitri at third. And down to second goes Tyler Finizak. 1-0. Binford up to 28 pitches now. It's a looper to the first baseman, hauled in by A.J. Francisco for the third and final out. However, Northside gets the bats going. They score twice. We head to the bottom of the second, tied at 2. All right, welcome back. 2-2 here. And the bottom of the second inning, new catcher is Jacoby Blackwood. And for West Melbourne, it'll be 9-1-2, and that's Dallas Norton, Cortland Binford, and Brendan Harmon here. 2-2. We got us a game. So Norton steps in. Once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, the absolute best in chiropractic care in Brevard County, 401 North Wickham Road, Suite U, 321-425-2519. Please check them out online at spacecoastadvancedhealth.com. Oliver Bell's first pitch is outside for a ball. Say hello to Thomas Binford watching here. Cortland is on deck. Summer Spring says, let's go Northside. Pretty name, Summer Spring. The 2-0. And it's high, 3-0. John Tung, the manager, down at third. And Bell's 3-0 is outside. Oh, nope. Check that. 3-1. So Dallas Norton now. Ball 4. As Cortland Binford steps in, and Binford struck out his first time up. So Dallas Norton down at first. The team on their way here, if they're not already here, is Boca Raton. They will play the loser of this game next at noon. And then the two, and down the second, Norton on the first pitch. Did he get him? Ooh, that was close. But a great stolen base. I'll tell you what, Dallas Norton stole that base because that was one heck of a throw right there by Blackwood. That's good slide, good throw. All of it was there. And it's 0-1 now with Norton at second on the stolen base. Binford now with a good chance to help his cause, and Norton is not going to hesitate. And Norton will take third on the pass ball. So nobody out. And Norton at third. Huh. Catcher's got an arm. And the count is 1-1 to Cortland. Pitcher to pitcher here. Bell high, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Binford with an opportunity to get the RBI while on the bump. Oh, that's a beaut. 2-2. Nice looking curveball there. And he took a shot. And again, don't click on any of the spam comments. The 3-2. Oh, Cortland chased. And that's strikeout. That was ball 4 there as Brendan Harmon steps in, the catcher, and he knows it. Just learned from it. Cortland Will, good ball player, good athlete. Walk and scored his last time up, did Harmon. And the pitch from Bell. That'll be an outside corner for strike one. Dallas Norton at third. He walked, stole second, went to third on a pass ball. And that's where we are, 2-2 here in the bottom of inning number 2. The pitch, foul tip back into the catcher's mitt. 0-2 now. Foul back. Nice job by Harmon to stay alive, and a good pitch by Bell to try to sneak one by him there. It's actually not bad out temperature-wise. 2 strikes. The 0-2. There's a shot off the pitcher. He doesn't know where it is. Too high. Throws it over. That's an error, and that'll score Norton. That was just a weird play. That's going to be an error, though. As hard as that ball was, it hit him in the belt area. He didn't know where the ball fell. By the time he picked it up, he kind of lobbed it to first, and when he did, he lobbed it over Micah Smith's head, which is extremely difficult to do. And Norton scores on the play. And down to second goes Harmon. And it's 3-2, West Melbourne. Mikey Foucher steps in. That was just a strange little lemony snickets there. Strange set of events. Foucher with a single his last time up, and he would come around to score. West Melbourne has now scored in each of the first 2 innings. That pitch misses outside, 1-0. So good. It's the base running of Dallas Norton that nets Melbourne their third run of the game. Popped up and out of play. I think Caleb, I don't think I know, Caleb's over at Rhodes Park with Beachside Softball as they take on Port St. Lucie Little League. 1 ball, 1 strike, high, 2-1. Inside, 3-1 to Foucher. Jacob Martins on deck. Martins with the 2 RBIs in this one. He singled his last time up. "28 pitches so far for Oliver Bell, and Coach Blackwood looks like he's going to be kind of moving pitchers in and out, and I get it. They got a game to play right after this one. Maybe if they lose, but either way, the winner's got to play 2 games today. So you got to keep arms and pitch counts in check. The starter, Jacoby Blackwood, threw 25 pitches, and Oliver Bell is up to 29. And that's a walk. And Jacob Martins is up. And all he did the last time runners were on base were drive them in. Senior League 6 or 7 innings. All right, we're going to get a new pitcher. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. The new pitcher for Northside is going to be number 4, Rupert Blackwood, and he's throwing to his brother, Jacoby Blackwood. So we got 2 on, 1 out, 1 in, 3-2 Melbourne, bottom of the West Melbourne, bottom of the second inning, as Jacob Martin steps in. Martin's with a couple of RBIs in this one already. Swings and misses at a fastball. Strike 1. Rupert, he can throw some heat. Watching him warm up. That'll be strike 2. That gets away, and the runners will both advance to second and third on the wild pitch. So now, with 2 strikes, Martins, who got a 2-strike, 2 RBI single the last time he was up, with the opportunity to perhaps do the same thing again here. 1 and 2. 2 and 2, good take. There's a shot back up the middle, and 1 run will score. Around third and on his way is Foucher, and here comes West Melbourne as Jacob Martins with 2 more RBIs, and West Melbourne leads it now 5-2 on another 2-strike single by Martins to drive in 2. That's just good 2-strike hitting. And it's 5-2 as Kieran Cummings steps in. Popped up, playable. Sebastian Dimitri, third baseman. Charles Singletary hauls it. 2 outs. A.J. Francisco now steps in. A.J. with a big base hit his last time up. How about the game for Jacob Martin so far? 4 RBIs, 2 for 2. Inside. Nice piece of hitting. Blackwood fouled off, and the count will move to 1-1 with 2 outs here. 3 runs in, 2 in the first, 3 in the second for West Melbourne. We play 7. And fouled off by Francisco. Jaden Runkle on deck. One and two, 2 outs, 5-3, 5-2, I should say, West Melbourne. 2-2. All right, here we go. Our first deuces wild situation of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The turn card pitch is coming from Blackwood to Blackwood. The batter is Francisco. Strike 3. And that will end the inning on a beautiful curveball. So, Jacob Martins does it again, drives in 2. West Melbourne scores 3. They lead it 5-2. All right, new pitcher. As we said, Cortland Binford done after 29 pitches. Again, you got to conserve in these one-day tournaments like this, and the new pitcher is going to be Mikey Fauché. And Fauché takes the bump, and Cortland Binford will now move behind the plate. And coming up is Jacoby Blackwood. As we go to the top of the third, 5-3. West Melbourne on top. The loser of this game will play Boca Raton at noon. So that'll be coming up next. 2 wins, all you need in this one to move to states. The 2-0, right up I-95. Strike one. 2-1. Low, 3-1. Lofted into the gap in right center, and it'll get down and around first. And holding up there is Jacoby Blackwood, and he starts off with a single. He just kind of lofted that one into the gap. As Kieran Cummings came over, that's a long way to go, and he had a short time to get there. And it falls as Henry Plain will step in. And with nobody out, Northside with a base runner with the middle of the order up. It was the bottom of the order, bottom of the order that all damage for Northside back in an inning ago. Back in time. I apologize you can't see that first base side, but it's kind of our angle won't allow for it. We got one of those gadgets that hook on the defense, and, well, sacrifices. Inside, good scoop by Binford to keep Blackwood at first. And it's 1-0. Mikey Fauché on the bump. There's a shot. That'll get into right field. And around first and on his way to second goes Blackwood. And with nobody out, Northside, who trails this one 5-3 with runners at first and second, and the power hitting first baseman Micah Smith up. Now Micah grounded out to the third baseman on the first pitch his last time up. First and third, no outs, 5-3 West Melbourne, top third. The 4-hitter up. I would imagine Henry Plain will be off and running here soon. And there he goes. Gets good block by Binford. That'll be a catcher's indifference as Plain will take second. And now Micah Smith with runners in scoring position. That saved a run, no doubt about it, by Binford right there. One and 0 to Micah. 2-0. I would imagine you don't want to give him anything out and over so that he can get his arms extended, because I got a feeling 405 ain't nothing but a thing if he gets a hold of one. At the knees, strike one, 2-1. That's just a distance to Micah if he gets the barrel of the bat on that ball. The 2-1 chops that foul behind the plate, and it's 2-2. So good job by Mikey to battle back here and make it 2-2. 5-3 5-2. I'm sorry, 5-2 is the score. West Melbourne on top. Top three is where I should be. 5-2, top three. There's a ground ball in the hole, gets through, and Micah Smith with a seeing eye base hit between third and short. Looks like a line drive, and he scores two, and it's 5-4. Good piece of hitting. So 5-4 now with Micah Smith at first, and the guys gather on the bump to discuss what shall happen next as Rupert Blackwood steps in. Rupert doubled and scored his last time up. It's going to be one of those games. "12 pitches for Fouché. That's Purdy. 0-1 to Rupert Blackwood. And Rupert is now the pitcher, and that ball just dropped, and that was a good job there. As Rupert explains what happened on the pitch, he was trying to get the barrel of the bat on it and lift it, but he fouled it off. The pitch outside, 1-2. He's got to protect now. Got to protect. Foul tip hung on to by Binford, and that's strike three. Nice job by Cortland to hang on to that. And one out as Charles Singletary will step in. Singletary singled his last time up. He's got an RBI. There's a strike on the corner. 0-1. 2 in, 1 on, 1 out. 5-4 now. West Melbourne on top. Ground ball foul. We are at West Oaks Park in West Melbourne here for the sectional Florida Little League Senior Sectional Baseball Tournament. 2 strikes. Oh, what a pitch. And that's strike 3, 2 outs. Sebastian Dimitri steps in. What an off-speed pitch. The 19th pitch of the inning is perhaps his best and biggest. Takes a peek over to Micah, and that ball drops, but a little low, 1-0. Once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, fantastic chiropractic care at 401 North Wickham Road, Suite U, 321-425-2519. Popped up and out of play. Check them out online at www.spacecoastadvancedhealth.com. 5-4 here. That won't get there. Binford tried to give it one of them Hobby Lobby frames, but didn't work. 2-1. High, 3-1. 5-4. 2 in the second, and now here 2 in the third for Northside. That'll miss. Oh! 3-2. I think that was the collective from both sides on that one. You'll take it. And that gets away a little bit, and that's ball 4. And now Oliver Bell will step in. Bell struck out his last time up. So 2 on, 2 out. 2 in here in the top of the third. Strike 1. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. 2 outs. 2 strikes to Bell. Inside, gets away. Micah Smith. Oh, they got him at first if they want him. They'll take a shot. They got him. Oh, he got under the tag. Sorry you couldn't see it, but he got under the tag there. That's the only thing I can think of. Because the throw beat him. Good slide back to the bag. I think he's standing right over top of it, so can't argue. Pitch. Oh, what a curveball. And that will end the inning for strike 3. But Northside scores twice. They cut the lead to 1, 5-4 as we head to bottom of the third. Back in a minute. All right, it'll be Runkle, Jones, and Norton for West Melbourne, who leads this 5-4. Rupert Blackwood, the third pitcher of the day thus far for Northside. He is on pitch number 13 coming up to Runkle, who I would imagine wears 99 for Aaron Judge. The on-deck hitter would be Colby Jones. The first pitch offering here in the bottom of the third from Blackwood to Runkle is right down the middle for strike 1, 0-1. Good-looking pitch. The umpire says, "You are correct, sir. 0-2. Oh, 3 straight pitches, and Runkle goes down for the second time in this one. And that'll bring up Colby Jones. Jones grounded out to the second baseman his last time up back in the first. As Dallas Norton comes out on deck. Outside, ball one. Just misses 2-0 as a what rains down from the umpires in the stands. That's a strike inside at the knees, 2-1. Two and two. Good pitch there. Good waste pitch upstairs, and the count will move to 2-2 now to Colby Jones. There's a shot. That'll go off of Jones. Or off of, they got him. What a play. Great play, though, coming across by Singletary on the ball that came off of Rupert Blackwood, and he's limping around. That one hurt, stings. He's going to wake up with a Rawlings on his thigh tomorrow. And, but the play by Singletary to pick the ball up and throw out Colby Jones is incredible. What a play. I'm sure that's a big Charlie horse there. What a play by Singletary. He's taking a bow to his teammates, as he should on that. I thought they had no shot to get Jones. I mean, that ball came at Blackwood so fast it knocked him off the mound, his glove off his hand. And he is back up. Thank goodness he's okay. As Dallas Norton will step in. Dallas did a good job his last time up. He worked the count to a walk as he led off the second inning. He then stole second. He advanced to third on a pass ball, and then he scored. He's going to get a couple warm-up tosses. Make sure. I'm sure that's just one of those things that hits you right there, stings you, and then you walk it off and you're good. Rupert Blackwood. Nice job. What a play. That's a web gem. Den-a-dent. And that's a strike, but it bounces off the catcher's glove. Oh, it was incredible. Oh, and 1 is 1-1. Norton's got a good eye as they appeal down the second, and Phillips down at Oster's down at first says no. 1-1. 2-1. That's high heat for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Our second turn card pitch of the game coming up. Deuces are wild. 3-2s on the table. What's the fourth? Strike 3 on a beautiful curveball. As someone just commented, Northside needed 3 up, 3 down. They got it for the first time in the game. West Melbourne goes in order, but they still lead by 1, 5-4. Back with the top of the fourth in a minute. All right, welcome back here as we go to the bottom of inning number 4 for West Melbourne. It'll be the top of the order in Binford, Harmon, and Fouché. I'm sorry. We go to the top of the 4th with Northside and Tyler Finizak, Jabari Bonds, and Jacoby Blackwood. Yeah, you called me. I wasn't paying attention that time. Ball drops in. That's a beaut. Probably like, what? What happened? Fouled off, strike 2 quickly. In the hole goes Finizak, who singled his last time up. He was stranded at second on Mons pop out to the first baseman. The 0-2, and good pitch, good battle there. Mikey Fouché here on his 32nd pitch. 0-2 to Finizak, and Finizak doing his best John Travolta impression. Staying alive. Oh and 2. High and tight. 1-2. Top of the 4th, 5-4. West Melbourne on top. Foul tip hung on to by Binford for the second time in the game. And that's out number 1. The 4th strikeout of the day for West Melbourne pitching. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Jabari Mons. Mons struck out and popped out. Strike at the knees. 0-1. There's a ground ball right back to Fouché. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 2 outs. The best way to handle do a 1-2-3 defensively is to match it. And right now, 2 outs just like that as Jacoby Blackwood steps in. And so Northside went 1-2-3 in the top of the 1st. Each team has been set down in order once today, high and inside, 1-0. 5-4, West Melbourne on top. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That'll be a ball. 2-0. That's a Butte Clark. 2-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. And it gets under his glove for an E6. And with 2 outs, the runner reaches. Kieran Cummings there. This didn't go all the way down there, and that'll be an error. As Henry Plain, the catcher, will step in. Let's see what Jacoby does down at first base. He's got a pretty good lead. Pitch popped up and out of play for strike 1. Man, that just missed that Toyota truck. Is that a Nissan? Okay. Yeah, it's wild, ain't it? I'm electronic, I'm thinking, he's watching with me. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. The on-deck hitter is Micah Smith. Micah with a big hit his last time up. Outside, 2-1. Can't be too casual over there. Just, if you're, there you go. If I was going to say Fouché has not looked over. Now he peeks over, steps off, and then fakes the throw over. You have to step off the rubber if you're going to fake the throw there. He does that. Fouled off and back to the screen, and the count is now 2-2. So another turn card pitch coming. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. The 46th pitch of the inning. What will it be from Mikey Fouché here? And that's a soft line drive, but Kieran Cummings hustles over to it, and he says, you know what? The best way to recover from an error is to make a play. He does. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of inning number 4, 5-4, West Melbourne. All right, welcome back to West Oaks Park, Florida Little League Sectionals here, Senior League. It'll be Binford, Harmon, and Fouché here. 1, 2, 3, top of the order in the bottom of the 4th. West Melbourne leads Northside 5-4 as Blackwood starts with 26 pitches under his belt. Thank you for joining us here today. In case you're just joining us, 3:15 down the lines, 3:40 in the alleys, and 4:05 straightaway center. The first pitch to Binford is a strike. Binford has struck out both times he has appeared today at the plate. That'll get outside, and the count is a ball to Binford. Another ball. So Binford is ahead now. Blackwood rocks, kicks, and fires right down the middle, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's pitch 30. Just misses outside. Count full now to Cortland. Bottom 4, 5-4, West Melbourne up. Foul right into your living rooms. And there's Brendan Harmon there. Retrieving the ball. The 2-2. High, or 3-2, I'm sorry. High for a ball. And that's a leadoff walk. And Brendan Harmon will step in with Binford at first. 33 pitches now for Blackwood. Ball bounces for ball one. Good pitch, popped up. Once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, 401 North, Wickham Road, Suite U. For the best in chiropractic care in Brevard County, Space Coast Advanced Health, 321-425-2519, spacecoastadvancedhealth.com. The winner of this game will get a break until 3 o'clock today. The loser will play Boca Raton at noon. That's a strike. 1-2 to Harmon. Mikey Fouché on deck. Popped up. It's playable. Micah Smith hauls it. 1 out. As Mikey Fouché steps in on the pop foul. Out. Now, we will not have, unless West Melbourne loses, we won't have the second game between Boca and Northside, and that's because we got to conserve for that championship game, and that'll be a strike. But if West Melbourne wins and you're looking and you're watching for Boca, you will see Boca. Inside, 1-1. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1-run lead. Down to first, and Micah Smith tags Binford, but Binford slides back in, head first safely. Jacob Martins on deck. And, man, what a day this young man has had. 4 of the 5 Melbourne runs he's responsible for driving in on 2 strike hits. The 2-1. Is 3-1, and he may have another RBI opportunity coming up. Too high, says the home plate umpire. So guess what? With 2 on and 1 out, Jacob Martins with a chance here to cash in again for West Melbourne. He's got 2 singles and 4 RBIs, 2 for 2 on the day. And there's a shot into right field. That'll definitely score 1 run as Binford rounds third, and he'll touch up. And how about the day for Jacob Martins? 3 for 3 and 5 RBIs. Wow. So now it's first and third, pitch 43. As Kieran Cummings steps in and back to the bag. On the throw over goes Martins. And they won't give it a shot. And Martins will take second on the catcher's indifference. No stolen base. And that's a strike to Jacob, or Kieran. I'm sorry, Kieran. 0-1. One out. To number 44. Pitch. Good chopper. And that is, they throw home. I thought he was safe, but it looked like he got under the bag, but he doesn't. I guess the tag applied. And the umpires in the stands letting him know, but he does. He is closer, and that's a good play because that was a tough play. And Fauché goes 1-2 for the second out. And down to third goes Cummings, or down to third goes Martins. Kieran Cummings reaches on a fielder's choice, and A.J. Francisco steps up. A.J. singled and struck out in this one. 2 outs now. I just thought he got in under the bag there, under the glove. But, again, that's a hard call there. And I think that's what he hesitated about, looking. But it can go either way. High, 2-0. Certainly nothing to be upset over. It's a good play. And smart by Fauché on the high chopper to try to, wow, they nearly got Martins. Coach. Pitch. There's a slow roller. Had to go off the foot, though, and that stings. Man, does that sting. He better ice that after this game if they win, because that will swell up. I've had it happen. It hurts, and it looks nasty later.
Hey, Blue, what's the count?
3-1 to Francisco. 6-4 now. West Melbourne on top. Jacob Martins with 5 of the 6 ribbies today. And that's lifted into left field and it'll drop. Base hit, RBI, A.J. Francisco, and that'll drive in Martins, and it's 7-4 as Francisco picks up his second hit of the day. And this is number 11 stepping in. Looks like that is LaPointe. What's this young man's first name? LaPointe. Mason LaPointe steps in. And that'll be off the plate for a ball. Pitch. Gets away, and the runners will move up. And for Mason LaPointe now, an opportunity with 2 outs to do more damage on a 7-4 West Melbourne lead. Got a pinch runner coming in. So West Melbourne getting it done with 2 outs as they get a run in. 2-0 to LaPointe. Outside, 3-0. Kobe Jones is on deck. And that's a walk. It goes off the foot. And will load the bases here for, I believe that's Kobe Jones coming up. We'll see if there's a pinch hitter. It is Kobe Jones with 2 outs now. Kobe grounded out to the second baseman and grounded out to the third baseman. The ground out to the third baseman was an incredible play by the third baseman. He actually lined that off the pitcher, and the third baseman, Charles Singletary, came over, barehanded it, picked it up, and threw him out. A web gem, to say the least. And it's 7-4 for West Melbourne here in the bottom of the fourth. Outside, and it's 2-0. So if West Melbourne hangs on, we'll take a break. We'll be back at 3 o'clock for the championship game. High and tight. No place to put him. This is pitch number 57 coming up for Rupert Blackwood. So 3 to take here. And that'll walk in a run. And that could do it for, that's an RBI for Kobe Jones. And it's 8-4 as they have doubled them up with Dallas Norton on deck. And here comes the skipper, Coach Blackwood, out to talk to his son and the pitcher, Rupert. See what happens here with 58 pitches. I would imagine we're going to get a new hurler. 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. 3 in the bottom of the second, and 2 in the first. Equals 8. And West Melbourne has doubled up Northside 8-4. No, going to leave him in. Okay, I like it. As coach tells him, pitcher, well, you got to pitch your way out of it. Sometimes you just got to sometimes pitch your way out of it. So here we go with Dallas Norton up. Dallas struck out his last time up, walked and scored back into second. These young men, they do, I'll tell you what, man, there's probably no place hot. Well, I'm sure there's a place hotter in the country, but it is tough to play some ball this time of the year in Florida. There's a shot by Dallas. Norton with a clutch base hit that will drive in 2 more, and it's 10-4. Melbourne on a 2-out, first pitch swinging base hit by Norton. That's 2 RBIs as A.J. Francisco and Jaden Runkle score. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. And West Melbourne has batted around as Cortland Binford led off the inning with a walk. 2 outs. 10-4 now. As runners are now at first and second. And he balked. It's a good call. He definitely balked. As Coach Blackwood's going to want an explanation. He stepped on the rubber and started a motion, and that's a balk. Actually, the first base umpire overrules him, I guess, because they send the guys back. I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. I thought he balked too. He called time before they put the ball back in play is what I'm told. So no balk. So time was called there. So we're all right. All right, Binford steps in now, runners at first and second. Good pitch. Strike one. And that's what you want to see from student athletes. You want to see them battle, and that's exactly what Rupert Blackwood is doing right now. He's battling. He's on his 60th pitch. Not been a good inning for him. Had a 1-2-3 inning last inning. And there you go. 0-2 now to Binford. Good to see the young man doing that. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and the inning will end, but not before West Melbourne scores 4 runs in the inning. 5 runs in the inning, and they take a 10-4 lead as we go to the top of the 5th. All right, here we go. The top of the 5th inning, Micah Smith, Rupert Blackwood, and Charles Singletary, 4, 5, and 6. Micah Smith with a 2 RBI single his last time up. As pitch 46 is a ball from Mikey Fauché. 2-0 now to the big power hitting first baseman. That's right down the middle. 2-1. Couldn't think of a road. 3-1. And that's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Micah Smith. Northside needs base runners as Rupert Blackwood steps in, and Rupert can help his calls by reaching here. It says top 5. It should say top 5. Top 5, 10-4, West Melbourne on top. That's a beaut. 0-1. Oh, that's a shot in the left field, and the first two batters have reached as Rupert Blackwood rips a base hit. And Micah Smith is at second, and Charles Singletary, who has singled and struck out, steps in. Got to step away for the bottom half of the inning coming up. By myself, Caleb and I forced to split up today because we have baseball I'm doing here at West Oaks Park, and Caleb is doing softball over at Rhodes Park, high and inside. So we're by ourselves today, and so I have to step aside here in the bottom half of the inning. But I will leave it right here, but I will turn the volume. I will mute the volume. But I'll only be gone for a half inning, so just want to let you know what's going on. Nice pitch, strike 3. And down goes Singletary for the second time today. The 7th strikeout by West Melbourne pitching brings up Sebastian Dimitri. First and second, now 1 out. As Mikey Fauché looks to pitch out of a jam here. And the batter's like, no, I can't do it. Time. He's like, I'm out. High for a ball. This is not Sebastian. I believe this is number 15, so I'm not sure who that is at the plate for. Oh, nice pitch. It is Sebastian. Okay, it is. 1-1. Oh, 1-2. Fouché popped Binford's mid on that one. Good stop by Binford, and the count will leave it up at 2-2 strikes. On deck hitter is Oliver Bell, and Llbaseball Finizak he in the hole, so depending upon what happens here. The 2-2. Oh, there's a shot back up the middle, and Micah Smith's going to turn the corner, and he's going to come home and score as it's now 10-5. And Sebastian Dimitri with good 2-strike hitting there. As Oliver. Okay, we got a new hitter. Who's number 7? Lamar McDuffie. All right, Lamar. Thank you, sir. Lamar McDuffie steps in. And he'll look at a strike. Nothing and 1. 2 on, 1 out here, 1 in. McDuffie at the dish. That gets away, and the runners will move up. Llbaseball Finizak on deck. This would tighten things up immeasurably if they can get these 2 runs in. He squares the bunt. Love the idea. It's just the execution, and coach is telling him you got to get that bat down. Bunt, one of the most exciting plays in all of baseball. Everybody has responsibility on that play. It's the only play in baseball where that happens. That's a Butte Clark. Strike 3. The 8th strikeout by Melbourne pitching, West Melbourne pitching. As Talib Finizek steps in with 2 outs now and 2 on. 10-5. And the curveball is working. 0-1. Strike. No. Ball. 1-1. I don't know where it missed. I only know it missed because he said it did. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's fouled back to the screen. And it's 1-2 now to Finizek. So can Mikey Fouché get out of this with 2 on and 1 out and just 1 run in after allowing 3 of the first 4 hitters to reach the pitch? Ooh, just misses. Turn card pitch now with Deuces Wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch popped up and certainly playable as A.J. Francisco says, I got it, and he does not. And new life for Talib Finizek. Good try by A.J. Francisco there. It's a long way to go, and that ball just kept coming and coming and coming. So we'll see if Talib can turn a second chance opportunity here into something good for Northside. 2-2. Fouché rocks, kicks, and fires. He says, yes, indeed, he does go, and that will end the inning as 1 run scores, but Fouché strikes out 3. We head to the bottom of inning number 5, 10-5, West Melbourne. All right, welcome back. Thanks for bearing with me there. I had to step aside for a half inning. Again, we're working by ourselves today. So anytime you got to do anything, that's how it has to be handled. On a day like today where you must drink a lot of water, put your imagination to use. All right, 10-5, West Melbourne on top as we go to the top of the sixth, fifth or sixth. Top six, and that's one out. Down to their final 5 outs. As Fouché is up to pitch 71. And this will bring up Jacoby Blackwood. Again, I apologize. I have to mute it. Chopper down to third base, fielded, bobbled, and that too much speed. And safe on a good hustle play by Jacoby Blackwood. He will reach. Yeah, I had to step away again, and my apologies. And when I do that, I have to mute it because the music in the background will get us get the video blocked. In fact, that's why this is the second stream. We had the top of the first is below us on our page, but the national anthem by Whitney Houston, which I let play through, the music company put an immediate copyright block on the video, so we had to start over again. All right, runner at first. First pitch to Henry Plain, the catcher, is strike one. Now, if West Melbourne wins and they're on their way here, we will be back at 3 o'clock for the championship game between either Boca or this very same Northside team. So that game is coming up at noon here on Brevard Sports Network. And that ball is lifted foul down into the tennis court area here at West Oaks Park. And it's 0-2. Mikey Fouché has done a terrific job out there. 74 pitches thus far. West Melbourne pitching a good job overall here today so far. 8 strikeouts total. Fouché, as Plain will take time. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Oh, what a stop! Den-it-it! A web gem. Unbelievable play by the shortstop. I believe that they're moving players around, but I think that's number 19, Kieran Cummings. That Cummings with the best defensive play of the day, trumping even the third baseman from Northside. Great stop. And they'll get the lead runner for the second out. And a fielder's choice for Plain, and Micah Smith steps in. My goodness. And Kieran asked for time, and he's granted it, and he's ready. Take a little bleach to clean those pants today. And down the second, throw by Binford, safe. Good steal by Plain. Plain stole that on Fouché, not Binford. The throw was there. The high leg kick. He's about a little over 1.9, 2-1 to the plate. And for a young man like Henry Plain with that type of speed, you're not going to get him on a 2.5 second delivery there. What was that? Looks like we got the camera on the right side of the field today, huh? And that ball is chopped foul. I'm going to try and figure out if we can pick up first base for the championship game should West Melbourne win. If they don't, then we'll stay right here with you for the 12 o'clock game. If Northside should be able to come back. They're down to their final 4 outs, though, as Micah Smith with a runner at second. Micah with 2 RBIs in this one, and he swings over the top of a beautiful curveball from Fouché on pitch 78 for strike 2, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. It was a rocket launch, yep. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman, and a good throw ends the inning. It does. So the defense shines through with a third baseman with a good throw. And Kieran Cummings with the web gem saves what could have, you don't know, could potentially have been a big inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 10-5, West Melbourne on top. All right, bottom of the 6th, Kieran Cummings, A.J. Francisco, and Jaden Runkle. And you know what they say, make a good play in the field, turn one over on the bat. So we'll see what Kieran does here at the dish. West Melbourne leads it 10-5 here. That's a ball outside. Pitch 72 from Rupert Blackwood. And that ball is drilled, but hauled in by Barry Mons. And Cummings tried, but Mons had a good track on it from the jump as A.J. Francisco steps in, walked, struck out, and singled. Big power hitting first baseman. Oh, that's a pretty carved ball for strike 1. Coach Tung said, got you on that one. Legs all wobbling. That'll miss just off the outside corner. Again, I'm not sure where it missed. 1-1. lifted, foul. So it'll be 2 strikes now to A.J. Francisco. One and two, one out. That ball is drilled into the gap, and that's getting back, and that'll bounce near the fence. Francisco around first, and he will slide head first into second base with a one-out double on a ball drilled to the right center gap. And that'll bring up Jaden Runkle, Mason LaPointe. Mason LaPointe walked his last time up, and he would come around to score. 77 pitches now for Rupert. Strike one. LaPointe agrees with the call. One at one. That gets away, and down to third base we'll go Francisco. And now with one out, West Melbourne with an opportunity to score their 11th run. He's going to get a sub in here. Number 47 is going to run for 5. So we got a substitute coming in. What is his name? Who is that, bud? 47. Damian Scheibert. Damian Scheibert comes in. Francisco today with 2 hits in the game. A single and a double. 2 and 1, and that was a check 3/4 swing to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should the score hold, we'll be back at 3 o'clock today for the championship game between either Northside or Boca Raton. Ground ball foul. I'm going to tell you what, Ken O'Neill and his staff at District 2, what a job they did over the last 3 weeks. With the storms and the rain and the moving the fields and starting the game one day or starting the game one place and finishing another. I mean, they I don't know how they did it, but they just did an absolutely terrific job. The curveball is fouled off, but Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. 3 hits, yes. I looked at one up. I looked at Cummings, and he walked. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. He has 3 hits. That's a foul ball. Yes, Francisco. 2 singles and a double. Yes. My apologies there. Jimmy, my bad. And I got the scorebook right in front of me. Two and two. 2 and 2 to Mason LaPointe. 1 out here. Pitch 84 coming up. 85, I should say. High and inside. Count is full at 3 and 2. You coming down later? Oh, there's a shot by LaPointe on a full count. And Mason LaPointe will get an RBI. And it's 11-5. As Colby Jones steps in. And I think this is going to be Rupert's game to finish here. High, ball one. So 11-5, bottom of the sixth. Due up for Northside. And Northside fans, they're not done. They have to beat Boca, but they can advance to the championship off the corner. It'll be scheduled is Rupert Blackwood, Charles Singletary, and Sebastian Dimitri. That's a strike, 2-1. Two balls and one strike. Dallas Norton on deck. Dallas had a good day. Low and inside, 3-1. It's the 90th pitch. And it's ball four. And Dallas Norton steps up, and Dallas, his last time up with a big hit that drove in a couple of runs. And that's going to do it for Rupert Blackwood. His coach Blackwood is out. So we'll step aside. We'll mute it so they can play a little music, and we'll be back to tell you all about the new pitcher. All right, two more warm-up tosses for Tyler Finizek here as one out with two on, and Dallas Norton coming to the plate, the fourth pitcher of the afternoon for Northside. As Norton steps in, he walked, scored, struck out, singled, had some RBIs. Good stop by Blackwood behind the plate. Attempted pickoff move at second is unsuccessful. That's good looking off speed pitch. 2-0 as it misses. Three and 0. 3 balls, no strikes now to Norton with top of the order on deck in Cortland Binford. And that's ball 4. And Binford steps up with the bases juiced and 1 out here. The other thing is if West Melbourne continues to hit and they score 4 more runs, they'll win. Binford is the game-ending run. The 10-run rule. It's 11-5. And right now behind the plate, Blackwood is taking a beating on those balls in the dirt. Now this is tough. This is the tough part of a game for a catcher when you're losing like by 6 runs here. It's hot out. The ball keeps bouncing in front of you, but he's done a terrific job keeping it there. The 1-0, 1-1. That's strike 2 to Cortland Binford. Binford struck out 3 times and walked and scored. Another ball in the dirt. So if the score holds up, it'll be Northside and Boca next. And then we'll be back at 3 o'clock with the championship game. Oh, that's a purty one, but it misses. 2-2. Not sure how that missed. 3-2. Check it.
Yeah. Oh, when you were on the Dodgers. Yeah. Y'all remember I was on the team, and then we had that one game that was like 3-4 hours. Yeah. That was a long game.
3-2. Can't put him anywhere, and he does. Walks in a run as Mason LaPointe will touch up, and Binford will take first. He'll get an RBI on that, and bases stay loaded for Brendan Harmon. And I don't think if they get to Jacob Martins might have a chance to end the game. And looks like we're going to get another pitching change, and we are. Yeah, he might getting the catcher a drink there on a hot. Yep, nope, we're going to change it up here. So we get a new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you who he is and be back in a second. All right, your new pitcher is Charles Singletary here. As we get set to go, it is 12-5 now. West Melbourne. They scored 3 more runs. The game's over. So bases are loaded, and Brendan Harmon stepping in. A base hit will definitely get you 2. It's just 1 out.
So, when you do steroids and all that, it's because it pumps up your blood vessels and everything. You turn pink or red.
As the 5th pitcher of the day, and I think Coach Blackwood has done a really good job managing his pitchers, making sure he's got enough arms to come back and play Boca here, unless a miracle happens. And remember, this is Little League, so no lead is safe. 12-5, West Melbourne on top here in the bottom of the 6th. Northside down to their final 3 outs, unless West Melbourne can score 3 more times here. The pitch, way outside, ball 1. I like that, coming back like me. I like that. That's good. Like leftover meatloaf. I like that. I like leftover meatloaf, too. Put in a couple pieces of bread with some mayonnaise and cheese. Yeah. 12-5. That's a strike. 1 and 2 now to Harmon, who is up. Coach getting some players in. The 1-2 bounces, and it's 2-2 now. Colby Jones at third. Dallas Norton at second. And Cortland Binford at first. Ooh, inside, and it's 3-2 now. Full count. That's strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 outs. Mikey Fouché steps in. Nice stop by Blackwood. He's not let. I mean, runners. He has not let really virtually anything get to that backstop, and another stop. Two and 0 to Fauché. Pitch popped up, and this could be trouble. Foul, just foul. I thought I saw chalk come up, but it's apparently dirt, and it's 2-1. So again, if the score holds, West Melbourne will get a couple-hour break, and they'll come back and play the winner of Boca and Northside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. 3-1. 12-5 is our score. That's a strike. 3-2. Everybody's off and going, and there's a ground ball, flying drive to the second baseman. I don't know what I was looking at. I thought the ball hit the ground and bounced up, but no, it's just a line drive. As that'll be the third and final out of the inning. All right, Tell you what, Northside down to their final 3 outs, back with the top of the 7th, right here on Brevard Sports Network. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th. It'll be Blackwood, Singletary, and Dimitri for Northside, who needs 7 to tie here. As Faucher's to go. 79 pitches. I know one guy that won't be pitching in the next game. And here's the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-0. 12-5. West Melbourne on top. 2 in the first, 3 in the second. 5 in the fourth. And a couple of more last inning in the sixth. Cortland Benford looks like he's cramping up a little bit, and who could blame him? A little warm out today. And it's 2-0. Nine strikeouts for West Melbourne pitching today. And it's 3-1. And that's a strike. The 3-2 is a ground ball to Kieran. Up and over to first. Scoop. Nice scoop over there. Pick a machine at first base. And that's 1 out. If you're a fan of the movie Moneyball, you'll get that one. If not, check it out. Pick a machine. 12-5. As Singletary steps in. And that's a Butte Clark, and it's 0-1. It's a good pick over there at first by A.J. Francisco, by the way. Jimmy, nice stretch by him, too. 1-1. But another good play at shortstop made by Kieran Cummings. Fouled back to the screen, and it's now 2 strikes to Singletary. Dimitrov on deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Popped up, but it won't be playable. Oh, that ball is absolutely laced into left field, and it's going to go all the way to the fence around first, and on his way to second is Singletary. Singletary going to try for a triple. They got a shot, and the ball gets away. And so a triple by Singletary on a ball he absolutely roped down in the left field. Dimitrov steps in, and this young man was batting left-handed the last time he was up. Last couple of times he was up, he's now going to turn around and bat right-handed. I guess it's his better hand because you got a right-handed pitcher on the hill. So Dimitrov today walk, and a single. Pitch. 1-0. Oh, I got him. Yeah, it definitely nicked him. The old HBP brings up Oliver Bell. Nope, that's not Bell. It's going to be number 8. Jeremiah Knight. Right? Jeremiah Knight, the pinch hit. And here comes Coach Tung. That's the 93rd pitch. And this could do it for Fauché here. Let's see here if he gives the ball to somebody else to get the final 2/3 of an inning here. Nope. Just telling Fauché, buckle down and go get him. Yeah, 3 more pitches. Yeah, he can only go 95 pitches, all he can go. So he's going to let him throw the first 2 here to Jeremiah Knight. Yeah, so the limit's 95. He's at 93. He can finish the batter, but he can't start another batter. So this is his final batter, Fauché's. And once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, 401 North Wickham Road, Suite U, 321-425-2519, SpaceCoastAdvancedHealth.com. Best chiropractic care anywhere. That ball is fouled off and back to the screen for strike 1. So it doesn't matter what pitch he's on now. This is his final batter due to pitch count. He'll hit 95, and that'll do it. But he can finish the batter. One and one tonight. 2-1, and the runner will take second on a catcher's indifference, so no stolen base. I told you, no lead is safe in Little League. Popped up, and certainly playable. Colby Jones, nope. Francisco wants it, grabs it, and that's 2 outs, and that's the final batter for Fauché. It should be anyway. All right, so that'll be the final batter. We'll see who the new pitcher is to get the final out. Your score is 12-5. West Melbourne back with the new pitcher here. You're good in just a moment. Final out belongs to Kieran Cummings on the bump, as West Melbourne will get this final out, and they'll take a 3-hour break as the Boca Raton All-Stars will then take on Northside for the right to play for the championship, which will come up at 3 o'clock today. You'll see that right here on BSN. And the final hope for Northside is Tyler Finizek. Finizzi. See, his jersey says Finizzi. The lineup card said Finizek, so 2 outs. Cummings' first pitch is a beautiful curveball for strike one. If you're just joining us or checking in for a score, 12-5, West Melbourne. Everybody hit today, 1 through 9. Strike two, ball gets away. That will score the 6th Northside run, but it's a moot point with 2 strikes here and the top of the 7th. 1 strike to go for Kieran Cummings and his West Melbourne All-Stars. Senior League. Cummings gets in, gets the side. Working from the windup. Pitch. That's a base hit. Or no, it's not, backhanded. And safe at first. So an infield hit by Tyler. Scores the 7th run. So they trail by 5. And we go back to the top of the lineup with Barry Mons. So 2 strikes now, or 2 outs now, and 2 runs have scored in this inning. Foul ball, strike one. Oh, and 1 to Mons. High. Had him. Did he get him? Got him! As Cortland Bidford throws out Talib Finizzi for the final out of the game at second base. And that'll end it. Unusual way to end it, but it ends it. As West Melbourne gets the win, 12-7. They advance to today's championship game at 3 o'clock. They'll either see the same Northside team or they'll face Boca Raton. Once again, we want to thank Space Coast Advanced Health, the best chiropractic care anywhere in Brevard County, 401 North Wickham Road, 321-425-2519, SpaceCoastAdvancedHealth.com. Our Space Coast Advanced Health player of the game today is going to be, I'm going to give it to 2 guys today. I'm going to give it to Jacob Martins and Kieran Cummings for game 1. And we'll be back with game number 3 coming up a little bit later. I'm Alan Slaughterzinski. Final score, West Melbourne 12, Northside 7. See you soon, everybody.